Welcome to Basket Case Garage. I'm Mike Sabo, and what we have to my left here is this beautiful classic. This was a barn find, and it's in absolutely pristine condition. It's been kept in this climate-controlled garage for about 3 months now, and it's really... this thing is a piece of crap. All right, so without further ado, let's unsheath this handsome machine. We're still waiting for parts on the Voodoo Banshee, so I figured we might as well get started with the next project. This thing is, I'll just show you. So I've actually had this literally for probably about 3 months, and I've purposely kept it away. I did sort of get a look at it, but I really haven't looked at it closely, so this is basically going to be a genuine... Oh my god, this thing is a piece of crap. This is basically going to be a genuine first reaction. Why did I get this? I did not remember it being this bad. Oh, man. Okay, let's see if we can get this thing out of here. Oh, jeez. So we can get a better look at it. Oh, yeah. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Oh. I had a lot of fun getting this home. I really did. Oh god. So we got ourselves a brand new pre-owned Yamaha Raptor 660. Pretty sweet, right? Well, I'll let you be the judge of that. Look at this. That is an 8mm bolt that is stuffed in the side, holding the lower A-arms on. That one has I don't even know what that is. It's like this thing was just thrown together. What is that? That side, nothing. Really, these are Elka Stage 5s, or are they Ohlins? I don't know. Definitely really expensive premium shocks there. Looks like a professional brake line routing job. This side, I don't even know. I'm not sure where he was going with this build. The A-arms are just... We'll just pretend we didn't even see that. We got custom bars. These are probably pro tapers by the looks of them. Are these handmade? I think these are homemade bars. I'm not sure. There's like stuff welded on them. Ooh. Got a nice clutch lever right there. And some nice ODI grips, it looks like. Looking good, looking good. Oh, well, that's actually a good sign. Sounds like it's hooked up to the carburetors too. Tires they're wasted. They're wasted. They're dry rotted and they're pretty much gone. These front ones, I guess you could get some life out of them, but they're dry rotted and stuff. They're shot. No case saver. And it's hard to tell, but I sense JB Weld. So probably got some leaks. It's all right though. What is a project without leaks, right? The back here, actually not that bad. A lot of overspray on the swing arm, but that could all come off with like lacquer thinner. The swing arm actually will probably clean up quite nice. Got our piggyback shock on there. This is a 2004. I think 01 was the only year where they had the reservoir shock on these Raptors. It's got a nice rotor guard on it, missing bolts, but that's okay. Looks like a newer aftermarket rear brake caliper, and it's got the block off. A lot of those aftermarket ones come with it. It's a nice little come up. This looks like I don't know if that's like a big gun exhaust. Header, unsure if that's aftermarket or not. Some of these aftermarket headers, you can put the guard on there, but I'm not really sure. It's more than likely stock. They did some custom bluage on the cylinder head, some custom RTV on the cam cover, looks like, painted right over top of it. This is A1 work right here. I'm not sure. I believe these are the OEM carburetors. They're definitely OEM style, but a lot of people replace these with like Chinese knockoffs. And based on the stuff that's done to this, that wouldn't be the craziest thing to say. And then the seat it's mint. I've already ordered a seat foam for this thing because I just don't think we can salvage this seat cover. It's been sitting outside for a very long time, and this has an interesting history. We'll talk about that in a second here. I should probably be careful that there's no snakes or anything in here. Got some sort of intake tube here. I haven't even looked in here like at all. This is the first time. This is all dry rotted and cracked up. Possibly savable. It might be a little too far gone. And then we've got, see, that's where I'm not reaching into, man. Oh, we got a wrench. An exhaust, looks like exhaust gaskets. I said I wouldn't reach in there and I did it anyway. Sweet, it's definitely, this is a good deal. It is a good deal, really, free. It's actually a nice little DeWalt wrench. This is actually pretty nice. This is why I took this. Oh, look at that. It's got a Procom ECU. If it works, that's a come up. But I've had issues with Procom before. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. Hopefully this one will be good. Have to do the obligatory airbox peek. See what's going on in here. Ooh, okay, all right. Got some nets. Wonder, it looks like it's a real K&N. It's stamped on the back. It's got a K&N air. Oh, look at that. That's where that tube came from. It's a trick little mod. Definitely big horsepower gains with that one. The plastics they seem to be in pretty good shape. We're missing this piece back here. I do have a box of parts on the side, so it's possible that some of the stuff is in there. I haven't even looked in the box of parts. I have no idea what's in there. And then the radiator guard is missing. And what sucks is the parts availability for this thing is not as good as I thought. Steering stem. Is it straight? I just don't know. I've been wrong in the past just by looking at them, but I think it actually is straight. We've got wonderful wiring under here, lots of dry rotted parts. All of this stuff really adds to the value. I don't know if you guys are into the ATV market or not, but that's the kind of stuff that really drives the price up on these things if you were looking to resell this. The overspray and masking was very good on this. Jesus, this thing is f***ed up. All right, let's check out the box of parts it came with and see if we have anything good. Okay, we've got the OEM skid plate. Got the OEM cylinder with a bunch of red spray paint on it. And actually, before I go any further, I don't know if you guys noticed this. This is a niche cylinder. Now, what's really scary, and this is scary, is that the guy that I bought this from, he got it for free in a trade with like multiple machines, and he didn't even want it. The guy had to like beg him to take it. So he had it, and he's like, dude, this guy fixes quads and dirt bikes for a living, and he didn't want it. That's not a good sign. So he follows my channel, and he's like, I know somebody that would want this. And he hit me up. He's like, dude, I got this for free, and I do not want this. Will you take it? And I was like, dude, I'll take it. So he got it, and the guy that he got it from for free had put this brand new top end on it, and he never got it running, never even once. So technically the top end, in theory, God only really knows, but in theory, it's a brand new top end. Maybe he timed it incorrectly. I don't know, but it's going to be really interesting I'm going to have to pull it apart and inspect everything before I even try to start this thing up, because we just don't know. But anyways, that's why we have the OEM cylinder right here. And actually the cylinder looks pretty good. I think. I'll have to clean that up and take a closer look, but I would bet that cylinder is just fine. I might end up putting this back on there because Man, aftermarket stuff can be whack. I wonder why he put the new top end on there to begin with. Piston actually looks pretty good. It's a Wiseco piston. I'm gonna look at the part number. I would bet that this is a high compression piston just by the shape of it, but I'm not really familiar with Raptor 660s, so off the top of my head, I don't know. We'll look that up. We've got guards, factory taillight. It's actually pretty cool. I like running those. This looks like the OEM rear caliper. I wonder, oh wow, look at those brake pads. That was wasted, dude. It's probably a good caliper though. What do we got here? I think this is a plastic stay for the front. Not 100% sure. Another guard. Oh boy, we got some quality parts right here, dude. Racing spark plug. Oh, it's Champion. All right. But still, Champion, I don't know. I usually don't run those in my quads, but it could be good. And we got a brand new, this looks like another Elka shock. It's cool. We got 3 Elka shocks for the front. Got some extra chain links for that custom chain. More brake calipers. How many rear brake calipers? These look like all... Oh, this is the rear right here, and I think these are the fronts. Oh, there's brakes on there too. This guy had some brake issues. Oh boy, this scares me too. If there's a cam in here, that means he probably put an aftermarket cam in there. Very scary, very scary. Then I see some gears here. I'm gonna hope that that's it. We might be tearing this thing down to nothing because this is scary. These gears don't look bad. So why were they not put back in? Like they don't look like why would you? Oh man. I don't even, is this even a part for this quad? Reverse switch. Okay, let me take the plastics off and let's see what we got going under there, and then I'm gonna make my list of all the parts that we need for this thing. I'm gonna try to make this thing a quick turnaround and just get her running. It's not gonna be a big ass build. All right, man, before I even take the plastics off, we got a list of stuff. We obviously need the seat foam, which I already ordered, but I'm still gonna put it on the list. That foam is shot. Then I got the front hood we need. We need a bumper. That grab bar looks like it's bad. All right, these plastics are just sitting on here, so this will be an easy job. I think we might need a rebuild. It just smells like broken. This machine has been broken, and not just physically. What the hell is that? It does look pretty cool with the tubular blue, but it's totally whack the closer that you get. Like it's just a really bad paint job. It's sprayed. You can see they just sprayed over everything. There's all kinds of disconnected stuff. Like it looks like the radiator is not hooked up. The spark plug was not clipped on. I wonder if they really tried to start this thing or if they just said to hell with it and gave the damn thing away. I just don't know, but I wouldn't dare turn this thing over without at least looking inside to see what's going on. I would bet the timing is off. I bet you even the piston rings aren't even oriented correctly. There's probably all kinds of little stuff like that. I'm really happy that that cylinder is there. I'm going to inspect that. Almost without a doubt, I'm going to run that. This is probably one of those knockoff 686 big bore kits. I'd just rather not. So I think our best bet is to pull this in the garage and pull the top end off and just see what we're working with. And maybe we can get this thing fired up. I don't know. I pulled the airbox off and it looks like we got some animal action going on in here. You can see there's like sawdust. I think that's from, oh, is this split? I don't know, but these definitely should get cleaned out before we get going anymore or any further. And then we'll just make sure there's oil in there. And as long as our wires and stuff are hooked up, throw a battery on there, it should start. I don't know. All right, let's see what's going on inside these things. Nothing good, I'm sure. The gas running out of them is green. That's always good. And it smells like it's green too. All right, let's see what we're working with here. From the outside, they look pretty good. We got these easy adjust fuel air screws. Big time come up. Look at that gas, dude, that's straight up green. That's not good, man. Oh, God, it stinks. Oh, yeah, that's old, man. That green gas. Yeah. Ooh, this one's more yellow. Yeah, these need to be cleaned up, no doubt. Wow, just when you think you've seen it all, you find something else. I think I may have just found the most janky thing I've ever discovered on a bike. These nice little trick fuel adjustment screws, they're not even made for this. And if you look at this one, I thought there was like some kind of gelatin around this, like solidified gas. See that on there? Well, that's actually, if you look at this one, the threads are still good on it, but it's the wrong size. You can see it's threaded in there right up at the top, and this just falls right through. So what somebody did is they took some kind of like, I don't know if it's rubber hose or what this stuff is, and just shoved it on the outside of these so that they would thread in. But man, how is that going to be accurate? That's hack, dude. I've never seen that before. That's really weird. The threads are still good in here and everything. I don't know why they would do that. Like, I'm sure you can just order these in the correct size, or if not, you got to run the stock ones. Like, I know it's a pain in the ass getting up in there, but that is weird, dude. I've never seen anything like that before. I also noticed these float valves or needle valves are really cruddy. The one wasn't even moving. I had to like break it loose. This one over here, you can see all the corrosion and stuff. These things are definitely going to need a carb kit. I'm not sure that we'll be getting this thing running tonight, just because, you know, for sure those fuel air screws alone, they definitely we're going to need some new ones. All right, let's get this thing in the ultrasonic cleaner. This thing works pretty good at cleaning this stuff up. Look at that, man. Just pulls the dirt right out of this stuff. You have to see it in person, man, but that thing is really just pulls the dirt right out of the aluminum. All right, while the carb's cooking, we're gonna go ahead and tear down this top end. The more I'm looking at this stuff, you know, we have to wait for the carburetor kit, and I actually looked in these intake ports. It looks like there's a bit of mild porting on here. I'd really like to just tear this thing down and make sure that, you know, we don't have some messed up components in here, and I'm honestly curious to see what's in there. So you may notice that we've got boxes all over the place, and honestly the garage is a mess to be starting a project right now. That's because we're gearing up for the finale of the Voodoo Banshee. We have one more piece to come in the mail. We're about ready to rock and roll on that thing, but we're going to try to get this done and work with what we got, and yeah, let's just tear this thing down. Also, as I'm disassembling this thing, I'm noticing that most things are not even fully assembled. This exhaust header doesn't even have the nuts or the stuff in the head. Anytime I see that the entire engine was painted after assembly, I'm just not a fan of that. The Quadzilla that I did, same thing, and that thing had some really botched up work in there. Hopefully this the same guy didn't do the work with this one. So more than likely this is going to end up being an entire breakdown and complete rebuild, especially since we have the gears that we found. But let's just see what the hell's going on. I'm also noticing broken bolts all over this thing, so that's going to be awesome. Nice. What the f***? This just came out of the exhaust. Oh my God. Oh man. There's paint in everything. There's even spray paint on the top of these rockers, man. They just literally painted right over top of this O-ring and everything. Wow. What's funny is I bet this dude would list this on Craigslist or Marketplace, and it would say like freshly rebuilt with like fresh powder coating and whatnot. No doubt. This is gonna break. Oh wow. That was really tight. That's with a huge cheater bar too. Now there's so much damn RTV on this that this thing is probably going to be stuck on. Oh yeah. Well, there is some oil in there, so somebody did try to run this. It looks like it's got stock valve springs. I was hoping maybe we'd have some beehives, and I'm gonna have to see what kind of cam this is. I'm assuming it's aftermarket just because there was a second cam in the box, but who knows? Oh man, the quality of work is not good. That usually leads to other not good things. Let's see. Wow. Got some custom cam chain tensioner work there. Pretty cool. Man, so many questions are about to be answered. Oh, that actually came off pretty easy. I can smell burnt fuel. This thing definitely ran at some point. China. China, China, China. Yes, sir. I do believe that is a Chinese piston. No good. It looks like a low compression, probably like a 9-to-1. I'm not exactly sure what Raptor OEM is, but I did look at the part number on that Wiseco that was in the box, and that was an 11-to-1. So he was actually downgrading with this. I will have to measure the size of the cylinder. I wonder if this is one of the 686 big bore kits. I did look at a number of the kits online, and it looks like almost all of them are 686s. Like you can't even get one in a stock bore. Let me pull this off, and then we'll look at the cylinder and the head. Oh my God. This one here is hand tight. You know what? There's water in here. I bet you that's coolant. That's probably why this thing didn't want to run. It probably didn't have a good seal. All right, well, we got some relief. We've got a Yamaha OEM crank in here, and it's nice and tight. I don't feel any play in the big end bearing down there, so I believe we're safe there. God only knows with the transmission. Then all our top end parts are over here. This is indeed a Chinese piston. If you look inside there, you can see it says niche. So it's a niche top end kit. I don't know, man. I've actually heard that these niche top end kits are okay, but some of them, I think they come with like a Wiseco piston, a name brand. But I mean, realistically, this might actually be an okay top end kit. I think I want to upgrade regardless, but let me know in the comment section below if you've tried a niche top end kit and you've actually put some time on the engine and pushed it, and if it's actually held up, because I'm back and forth. You know, it's like Chinese, but sort of name brand-ish. It's like the bottom of the best of the worst. The best of the worst. The cylinder looks good. I don't see any damage or anything in it. It still has the cross hatching in there. I didn't really see any scoring or anything, so I don't think this had much time at all. I mean, look at the top of the piston. No heat on the bottom of the piston. So I don't know if maybe he just had this thing turning over and it never fired up, because clearly, you know, some oil got, you know, pulled up to the top and everything. The head looks like, I think we're okay. I can't tell if these valves are making a good seal down here, but it doesn't look like we have any bent valves at least. So I'll probably do the water test on these. It's kind of hard to tell. These valves look like they might be worn really bad, just by how far in they're sitting. I don't know. We'll have to check that out. This might need new valve seats. And I see some damage up here too. The old piston, oh yeah, here's some damage, big time. I did notice that Wiseco piston. I guess when I was outside, I couldn't see it because it was sunny. I don't know, but there's damage on top of that piston too. So this thing did explode at some point in time. All the ports and stuff look horrible, filled with paint. This side over here, somebody did like a cleanup port. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see in there, but I'm going to pull this apart and we'll do a really good port job on this. Clean up our valves. If we got to put valve seats in there, we will. We'll surface that, see if we can clean up any of the damage and stuff, and definitely maybe run this cylinder. I'm not afraid of Chinese cylinders, but definitely I'd like to get a forged piston. The cam appears to be a niche as well. This right here Looks like it says NNN. I don't know if that's the niche logo or what that is, but I do not believe this is OEM. So I don't know if that's a performance cam or not. We could measure the lobes, but more than likely we'll end up putting like a hot rod stage 1 or something in there, or even just put the OEM back in. And then here, let me give you guys a good look at this custom part. This is top tier modification stuff right here. So this is called the Bolt Weld On mod. And I'll tell you what, man, back in the day, guys used to do this all the time, and it's just a seriously good mod. It's for when you need that extra tension on the cam chain. You just weld a bolt on the end there. It's a great modification. Definitely replacing that. So at this point, we can get a pretty good idea of some of the parts that we can need. I'm gonna just hope that the bottom end is okay. I think we might crack that open and fix it anyways, but as far as ordering the parts, we're just gonna roll with it. I've got a list here of like, I don't know, 40 items, 30 or 40 items. Let's hop over to the computer. What is going on, guys? I hope you're enjoying the video. I wanted to stop to thank you for making it this far into the video. As you guys are about to see, it's pretty expensive to turn one of these basket cases around. Without the help of these companies, I wouldn't be able to make these builds quite as badass. Thank you to Rocket Ron Racing, Rocky Mountain ATV, DRW Performance, PSN, Hermosi, BPR, Bonehead Performance Coatings, Full Flight Racing, and Kenda Tire. I trust all these companies, and most of them I use on a regular basis. I also want to thank each and every one of you, because without your support, I wouldn't be able to continue making these videos and doing what I love. If you've enjoyed the video so far, please consider giving it a thumbs up and also consider subscribing for more content like this. If you're looking to support the channel even further, links to all the products in the video will be listed below, and using the links below does give me a small kickback at no added cost to you. All right, I'm tired of making this commercial. Let's get back to the video. Oh man, here we go. It's time to get the parts list together. Man, I've got quite a list of parts to show you guys. So we're going to start out at eBay. That is our #1 spot. So we'll start out with these XFR Nerf bars. These are really trick because they have a heel guard that's integrated into them. I've always wanted to try these. I got to ride a quad with one of these. It wasn't mine, and they were pretty nice. So I'd like to see what the build qualities of these things are. And it has welded on aluminum pegs. I'm kind of mixed on that because, you know, you can't replace those, but I think they look like they're really good quality. The price is actually pretty decent for what you're getting. $289, not bad. Add to cart. Next, we have a bolt kit. This quad is definitely a great candidate for a bolt kit. My God, there are so many missing bolts on this thing, including some of those big ones that go through the A-arms and stuff, and the price would stack up. So $188.95 may seem expensive, but I think it's like a 640-piece bolt kit. Something like that. Yeah, 640 pieces. It's going to be worth it, man. And then I'm not going to have to keep stopping and finding the right bolts to fit things. These are nice kits. Everything comes labeled and stuff. Definitely worth it. Add to cart. Moving on, we've got this nose cone. So what's trick about this one is it looks like the newer version of the Raptor 700. So it's going to be an updated look. Should look pretty cool. They have a picture right here of a Raptor 660 with one on there. I'm going to paint it so that it is white and matches the colors. I think I'm going to paint it anyways. And here's what's actually really cool about it is it has like a dummy dash right here where the dash for the Raptor 700 would be. I'm going to drill holes in there, and that's where I'm going to put my neutral light and everything. So that should be a pretty clean look. Plus, I can put my temperature gauge there. It's going to be freaking sweet. Add to cart. And next, we have a Trail Tech temperature gauge. I have this same one on the 250R, and it works great. This is what I'll be putting up on that little dash. I'll find some way to integrate it so it looks like it's factory. 50 bucks, no brainer. Add to cart. Moving on, we got to get a grab bar, man. You know me, I'm big on grab bars and nice bumpers. So this is from Vito's Performance, and what drew my eye to this one is that it comes with the rear fender support. So I was going to buy those anyways, but if this one comes with them, first off, they're lightweight aluminum, so that's going to be an upgrade, and it comes with a grab bar. So why would I not do that? 60 bucks, add to cart. And as you guys saw, the stator cover, it looks like it's got some JB Weld and stuff on it. So the the integrity of that thing, I'm just not so sure. Definitely for 45 bucks, I think it's worth getting a decent used cover. Add to cart. And then we've got radiator hoses. I chose white because the color scheme, that's what it's going to match. I'll be going over that in a moment here. But these are $28.90, and I found a radiator for about 60 bucks. I noticed the radiator was totally blasted on this thing, so I doubt that it even holds water. It's just for 60 bucks for a radiator, and then, you know, 30 bucks for the hoses that we actually need anyways, it's just worth it, man. Add to cart. And then we've got the notorious cheap chain, the one that people tell me is always going to break, but yet I've never had one ever break on me. So 21 bucks, add to cart. And then this is something that I get pretty much on every single Raptor that I've ever owned, and that is the reverse switch fix kit. $7. It's coming from China. Add to cart. All right, now let's move into Moto seat. So you guys saw we have a mint condition seat on there. That one is in such good condition that I've decided to preserve it and possibly sell that at auction for, I don't know, several thousand. Well, we'll just see what the price cost is for all these parts, and that's what we'll sell that seat for. But since I'm going to be getting rid of that one, I have to buy a replacement. So we're going to Moto Seat. They've got seat foams for just about anything, it seems like. So we've got a new seat foam right here. They're 90 bucks a pop. And then I've got a seat also. And check this out. You can customize the seats the way that I have it. I'm gonna remake it with you right now. Oh, well, actually, this is how it looks. I've got the lime green on the side. There are gray ribs. It's gray on top with gray ribs, and then there's an accent, a lime green accent on there, and then the back is going to be white. We're leaving those white plastics, so this white should blend in nice, and then there's going to be a lime green touch and battleship gray in the graphics. So this seat should look freaking sick. $74.95 for the seat, 90 bucks for the foam, add to cart. Now I'm planning on running the Hermosi thumb throttle and the Hermosi bar clamps, so I will need to upgrade my steering stem to an anti-vibe setup. So I'm gonna look at this Alba right here. I have an Alba on the Banshee. It has never been a problem. However, I didn't see that you could order it without the risers because I'm not gonna be utilizing those. So they're 195 bucks. I contacted Alba. I'm gonna guess that you can get just the stem by itself for 135 bucks. That's a guess. I would say that, like 135 to 150 bucks, add to cart. Figured I'll hop over to hermosi.com and we'll check out what they have here, because this is what I'm gonna be putting on here. This is the SBC 720 bar clamps. Same thing I'm gonna be running on the Yamaha Banshee. These things are a game changer, dude. I can't wait to run them on the Banshee just to start with. And I'm looking forward to putting them on the Raptor as well. So I'll be running those, and then we'll also be getting an Hermosi thumb throttle, because the one that's on there, it's missing the cover and it's just wasted, dude. Like, looking at it closely, it functions and everything, but you can tell that thing's been filled with water from sitting in the rain, and just, it's definitely seen better days. The bushings don't feel so great and stuff. So we'll be upgrading to one of these Hermosis. Now we've got the tried and true Rocky Mountain ATV, one of my favorite places to order parts. I've got two different carts here. One of them is all OEM parts. Everything in here is OEM stuff. I'm not gonna go over all of this, but it's just stuff that I went over the bike and noticed it was missing. $81.13, add to cart. And then our second cart is here. This one's pretty extensive. This is just a ton of bearings, oils, spark plugs, all kinds of tusk parts. We've got a replacement clutch lever or brake lever right there, sprockets, battery. These are really actually pretty, these come in handy. They're replacement pop rivets. Those things are a pain in the ass when they're missing. Got a competition clutch kit, a carb rebuild kit, a lower steering stem rebuild, more bearings, sprockets, cables. I've got the Climber service manual. Cannot go without a service manual, man. That just makes my life so much easier. Axle bearings. And I've also got this Lex exhaust. That slip-on that's on the quad, it's just blown out, man. When I was shaking it around, pieces of that perforated pipe that's in the actual muffler where it was coming out, it's like completely rotted out. And I noticed like it's swelling in the actual can area. So I don't know if like something blew out and exploded or what, but I'd rather not run that slip-on. It is an aftermarket header, but I think this will fit on there. If not, I'll customize it and make it work. But I've always wanted to try one of these Lex slip-ons. Pretty affordable, man, 200 bucks. And then moving down the list, I have a Petcock rebuild kit, and the Frontmaster cylinder has definitely seen better days. It was more expensive to get a rebuild kit for it. So they have an actual, like a reproduction one by QA Parts. It's coming from Rocky Mountain, so I trust it. $20, not bad at all. I might as well just get the whole new thing. Oh, actually, if I'm getting that, I don't need this brake lever. Delete. And I also don't need this because that comes in the oil kit. Delete. Saving money already. All right, so the total from Rocky Mountain ATV is $579.95. Add to cart. All right, now what would this build be without some power mods? So we're at bpratv.com. This is the formerly known as BP Racing ATV. So they've changed the name to BPR ATV, and this is their new site. The old site is still up, but they're transitioning into this new site. So we're gonna go to Yamaha, Raptor 660, and let's see what we can get for power mods. I've already picked out a kit. We're gonna go to price. We'll go high to low. And they've got a ton of kits. And what's cool about BP Racing is you can customize the kits. So if they don't have it here, you can customize it. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. But I'll show you, this is the kit that I'm thinking about basing it off of. We don't need the cylinder. I'm going to run that cylinder that came with the kit. I know I'm insane, but I'm going to try it. And this comes with a either Wiseco, JE, or CP piston. I believe I can get an 11-to-1 and still run pump gas, which is what I'd like to do. And it comes with a new hot cam. I did discover that the cam that came out, not the one with the little ends on it, that is a niche cam, but the other cam that was in the box is actually a hot rods cam, but it's damaged. So I don't think I'll be running that. So this comes with a cam, studs, new piston, and I'm going to see if I can get a complete gasket kit with this as well. And I guess replacing the cylinder with the gaskets, and maybe we'll get something else thrown in there. Maybe we'll let the price come down to like 800 bucks or something, add to cart. And then the next thing I want to get is this valve kit. So this comes with new valves and springs, valve seats, or not valve seats, but your valve seals and whatnot. I just don't trust the valves that are in there. They look terrible. So I think it's worth, you know, while we're in there, we'll just replace all this stuff, add to cart. So we're in checkout. We've got 785 bucks worth of stuff, but check this out, man. We're gonna put the promo code in there, Sabo10. Boom, 80 bucks saved. So we got 706.50 in power mods. Now when it comes to suspension and A-arms, you can see this quad is kind of lacking in that area. So I decided to hit up Full Flight, and we've got a sweet ass set of A-arms. They're actually already here. I got the Legacy Plus 2s, and I got the upgraded Heims. If you look on their website, you can pick your model right here. So we will go to Raptor 660 Plus 2, and we're gonna add brake lines, and then you can see it says economy Heims. Those are okay, but they require a lot of maintenance. You can upgrade to the Teflon Heims. They're just easier maintenance, and they're gonna last longer, and we'll get them in neon green. So they come to 601 bucks, comes with your brake lines, all that stuff. And I hit them up, and I actually got a little bit of a custom order with these, and they're gonna be available to everybody too. So we're gonna check them out in just a second here. Now, as far as protection goes, we can't go lax there, man. We gotta protect our investment. So we're gonna go with the good old DRW Performance. You guys know I love DRW. We're gonna go down to Raptor 660, and man, he's got some good stuff here. We've got a belly skid. We're gonna be picking one of those up. I ordered a sprocket guard, a disc guard, and a case saver, of course. We've got a chain guide that I'm going to be getting, and then I also ordered one of these. It's a swing arm plate, if you can see it down here. So basically this setup right here is what we're going to be running in the back. That's what we'll be running for protection, add to cart. All right, so we're going to hop over to Excel for our parts list. Oh man, this stuff adds up so quick. So this is subject to change. All of these prices include tax if it's applicable. We've got all the parts listed in here. Oh man. 54, 45, 59. Whew. Just like that, we're throwing 5,500 bucks at this thing. There's no wonder nobody wanted this piece of crap. Now, something to keep in mind is that there are parts on this list that I've already purchased. I actually bought them for the Banshee project, and then I decided not to use them. So we're transferring them to this project. There's a lot of new parts on here. We're getting suspension, we're getting A-arms, we're getting new wheels, new tires. All that stuff adds up, man. So it just kind of, it's eye-opening, and it lets you, you know, remember why so many people look at projects like this and they just pass it up, because they really are money pits, man. It costs a lot of money to bring something back to life, but it's totally going to be worth it. So let's take a look at some of the parts that have already shown up. All right, guys, we're back at the product table with a much lighter wallet. But seriously, man, just like that, 5,500 bucks can go into a machine. I'm lucky enough that I get to work with companies, so a lot of this stuff I get help with. Not all of it, but it definitely helps soften the blow. But it's really a good way to appreciate when you see a machine that somebody's put a ton of time and effort, and usually the parts slowly trickle together. But when you look at the end result, man, it's like, it's crazy. It's just, we bought all this stuff in one moment, and it definitely hits you hard. But we've got some good stuff here. These are the Kenda Havocs that I bought for the Voodoo Banshee, and they're just too heavy, man. Awesome set of tires, awesome set of wheels, Raptor 660, big bore 4-stroke. That's what these things are. These are really going to thrive on. I think these will be perfect for this. If you haven't seen these things in that build series, really aggressive tread pattern. It's a 6-ply tire. These things are designed for guys that recreationally race, if that makes sense, and also, for just racing in general. But what's really nice about these is if you're not looking to spend the money on tire support like tire balls or it's slipping my mind right now, those foam inserts that they have now. If you're not looking to spend extra money on that and stuff, these can be filled with air, and they're so durable that they're probably not going to pop. And then we've got the GPS or Gold Speed wheels with the carbon fiber locks on there. Really nice durable rims. And then I've got an AC bumper. This is actually for a 400EX. I bought a ton of these things. I stumbled upon a lot of them, and honestly, it was like the worst purchase decision of my life. So I have a whole pile of these things. And the mounts aren't that far off, so I'm just gonna cut off the mounts and then re-weld them so that it's gonna fit the Raptor. And I like those bumpers, man. They look trick. So good thing I like them because I have a shitload of them. And then I have a Pro Taper clutch perch. I actually bought this for the 400EX, and I ended up getting ASV levers for it. So that's a really nice clutch perch, and it's gonna replace the piece of junk that's on there, man. That thing looks like crap. Then I've got a box here that came in from Full Flight Racing. I started opening it, and I stopped myself. I haven't unpackaged any of the stuff in here because I figured we'd open it together. These came from Facebook Marketplace. This is as far as I went with opening them. I haven't taken the plastic wrap off. They're gonna go on the front end as well. So let's, without further ado, let's open this stuff up. Now we've got a packing peanut shamble in front of us. I love these things because they keep my packages safe, but they also make a huge mess. That's what she said. So we're gonna, oh man, this stuff is gonna go everywhere. Ooh, sneak peek, sneak peek. Tie rods, man, in lime green. Wait till you guys see the color scheme that I have for this thing. Well, actually, I kind of told you. It's gonna be lime green, battleship gray, and white. The plastics are really tough to come by for the Raptor 660, so luckily these plastics are in good enough shape. What the heck is this for? Oh, you know what these are? They're spacers that go in between the A-arms. That's freaking sweet. Oh man, this is gonna be a job and a half to do this without making a mess. Oh man, wait till you guys see this color. I haven't seen these yet. This is legitimately the first time opening these up. Man, these look really nice. Battleship gray. Oh. Yeah, dude. This is gonna look really nice. These came from Facebook Marketplace, and they're used, so the potential for junk is high, especially for the price I paid for them. Really don't look too bad. These are for the YFZ 450R, and they're usually a little bit more expensive than what I paid. I paid $250 for these things on Marketplace, and they came with a full set of decent A-arms as well. So I don't have them here because we're not gonna be using them on the build, but that's a killer deal, man. $250. They appear to be in good shape. I mean, I can't really tell if they're blown or not, but they certainly don't look like they are. If it wasn't for the little bit of rubbage on the outside of the spring, they probably ran outer wears on these things. That's why I don't like to run those things. But other than that, they look like they're in really good shape. Probably could be cleaned up to look really nice. All the bushings and everything are nice and tight. You can't beat that, man. I think it was $275 after I paid for shipping, and I'll be able to sell those A-arms for, I'm not really sure what those go for, probably a couple $100. I can probably recoup all my money on those things. So those will be going off to Rocket Ron. I'll get those things set up for this machine. And then we've got these fresh A-arms, and they're set up for YFZ 450R shocks right from Full Flight Racing. I picked this color scheme. I think it's gonna look freaking awesome, dude. So this is your preview of what the quad's gonna look like. I think the lime green, the battleship gray, and the white plastics will do, I'm probably gonna do a white frame, maybe battleship gray, unclear. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think the frame color should be. But this combination should be awesome, dude. I can't wait till this is just on there so I can jump up and down. It looks weird with the shock mount below, just because I'm assuming it's like that to accommodate the extra travel in the suspension. But probably once everything's on the quad, it'll look really good. I got the upgraded Heims on the end, so if you buy from Full Flight, you have the option of getting their regular Heims, which there's nothing wrong with those Heims, but they do require a little bit more maintenance. Sometimes they can get squeaky if you don't stay on top of them. Or you can opt to upgrade them, which is always what I do. And these are, they're just gonna be a little bit more durable, and they don't require quite as meticulous maintenance. So we got those, got the A-arms, got our tie rods and everything, man. These things are gonna be freaking sweet. All right, man, so now you guys have seen my beautiful mint condition Raptor 660. All in all, it's really not horrible, but I don't know, it's pretty bad. So at this point, I'm gonna take those engine pieces, box them up, order up all my parts. I'm gonna send the rear shock and those front shocks out to Rocket Ron, and we can get this stuff ready to rock and roll so that by the time we're finished up with the Voodoo Banshee, we'll be able to roll right into this project. I'm excited about both those machines, man. If you haven't checked out the Voodoo Banshee series, definitely check that out. There should be a brand new episode next Friday. It should be the finale. At this point, there's nothing holding us back. All of the parts have come in, the seat came in while I was making this video, so we're ready to rock and roll with that. We're gonna have to come up with a name for this thing. I'm thinking like ASPCA or something, because this thing was definitely rescued. I mean, this quad was destined to be a heap of parts rotting away probably until the end of eternity, and we're gonna save it, man. I don't know why, but we are gonna save it. Yeah. So if you guys enjoyed this video, yo, Mike, didn't you say that this wasn't going to be a big-ass project?
I'm going to try to make this thing a quick turnaround. It's not going to be a big-ass build.
No, I never said that. Didn't I hear you talking about powder coating the frame and stuff? Well, I mean, did you see the frame is really, it's bad. I was just checking, you know, because it's supposed to be this quick turnaround thing, you know. You said it right in the beginning of the video. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please give the video a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, definitely consider subscribing. And also, if you're looking to support the channel even further, there is the option to join. I will see all you guys in the next video. Peace out.